I didn't think anything of it at first. My landlord had a key to the apartment, obviously. That's normal. And the building was old, so sometimes maintenance would come in while tenants were out if there was an issue. At least that's what I told myself. The first time something felt off was when I came home from work and noticed my kitchen light was on. I was sure I had turned it off before leaving. I remember standing in the doorway for a few seconds, just staring at it, trying to recall if maybe I'd left it on by accident. It didn't feel like a big deal, just one of those small things you question for a moment and then move on from. But it didn't stop there. Over the next week, I started noticing more things. Small things. My bathroom mirror slightly tilted when I always kept it straight. A drawer in my bedroom left open just a few inches. One night I came home, and my bedroom door was closed. I never closed it. Ever. That one made me stop. I stood there in the hallway, just looking at the door, feeling this weird tension build in my chest. I told myself it was nothing. Maybe I'd closed it without thinking. Maybe I was just being paranoid, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right, that someone had been inside while I was gone. So I decided to test it. Before leaving for work the next day, I did something simple. I placed a small piece of paper between the door and the frame, just enough that it would fall if the door was opened. It wasn't noticeable unless you were looking for it. When I came back that evening, the first thing I did was check the door. The paper was gone. I felt my stomach drop immediately. I looked around the floor and found it a few feet away, crumpled near the wall. That meant the door had been opened. While I was gone, I didn't call the landlord right away. I don't know why. I think part of me didn't want to hear some normal explanation that would make it all feel stupid. But another part of me already knew this wasn't normal. That night I stayed awake longer than usual, just sitting in my room, listening. The apartment was quiet, too quiet. Around 1:30 a.m., I finally decided to try to sleep. I locked my bedroom door, something I'd never done before, and lay down. I don't know how long I was asleep, but I woke up suddenly to a sound, a soft click. My eyes opened immediately. I stayed completely still, listening. Then I heard it again, the sound of a door opening. Not my bedroom door, the front door. Someone was inside my apartment. I didn't move. I didn't even breathe. I just listened. Slow footsteps, moving across the apartment. Not rushing. Not sneaking, just walking. Like they had every right to be there. My heart was pounding so loud I was sure they could hear it. The footsteps stopped outside my bedroom door. I stared at the handle, waiting for it to move. Seconds passed. Then minutes. Nothing happened. And then, very slowly, the handle turned. It didn't open, the lock held. But whoever was on the other side tried it, just once. Then the footsteps moved away again. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. I stayed there, staring at the door until the sun came up. The next morning I checked the apartment. Nothing looked out of place. The front door was locked. No signs of forced entry. I called the landlord and asked if anyone had entered the apartment. He said no. Said no maintenance had been scheduled. His tone didn't change. No hesitation. Completely normal. I should have left after that. But I didn't. Not immediately. It wasn't until 2 days later that I found something that made me pack my things that same night. I was cleaning under my bed when I noticed something pushed all the way against the wall. A small object I had never seen before. I reached under and pulled it out. It was a phone. Old, scratched. Not mine. I turned it on. There was only one thing on it. A video. The thumbnail showed my room from a low angle, like it had been recorded from under the bed. I didn't watch the full video. I didn't need to. I moved out that night. I never asked the landlord about it again. And I never went back.